Ina alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam Allah wa rasulullah. We're continuing with the topic Keys to Living Islam. And what we focused on for the past couple of weeks, we took excerpts from the Prophet's life. We looked at how he dealt with the calamities around him, how he and his companions dealt with the tests and trials that Allah sent to them, and how it made them better, stronger believers. Well, we're going to continue, and we're going to also talk today about how comfort is also found for the believer in understanding certain chapters of the Quran. For example, the chapter At Takathur. Let me put that up on the screen. Everybody should see this. This is the 102nd chapter of the Quran. The piling up. That's what it's called. It's talking about the piling up. And what is Allah speaking about when he speaks about the piling up? Well, this chapter of the Quran becomes a great key to living and practicing Islam because it speaks about promise. It speaks about threat. It speaks about menace, which can help you to live Islam. For example, the first verse, where Allah says in the interpretation, the meaning, the mutual rivalry for piling up of worldly things diverts you. That's what Allah is speaking about, piling up things from the life of this world. Here Allah is telling us that this world was meant to be a test for us. Again, we were born and created to worship Allah. Allah put us here on this earth to test us, to see if we truly do believe in Him. He surrounded us with all these wonderful things. We have our children, our homes, our jobs, our cars, our wives, our husbands, our money, our lifestyles. Well, Allah is telling us that this world competes to try to take you away from remembering Him. And if this diversion is intentional, then that's when we fail to fulfill our obligations. You look at people who don't pray, and they'll tell you, oh, wow, I just forgot. I got so busy. I got so caught up in my job or so caught up with my lifestyle that I just don't have the time to pray, or I just forget about praying. It even happened once with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when the Prophet was fighting against the unbelievers during the battle of the ditch. He was so caught up planning and fighting against them that they forgot to pray. They end up missing the time of one of the prayers. So again, this world is a test for us. As a believing Muslim, we have to not allow the trials, the struggles, and even our accomplishments here to stand between us and Allah. And that is something hard for us to do. Remember, guys, we talked about how each and every one of us has a jinn assigned to us. That jinn is your enemy. He hovers around in your heart. He knows your strengths. He knows your weaknesses. And he uses them against you. Where also we have an angel assigned to the heart too. And that angel inspires us to remember Allah, whereas that jinn is inspiring us to not remember Him. So as Muslims, we're caught between the two all the time. Your personal jinn wants you to become so preoccupied with your job, with your children, with your lifestyle, that you become remiss in your prayers. Oh my God, I had to break my fast because I had to deal with this. That's your personal jinn. So again, as a Muslim, we have to be aware that the whole world was meant to be a trial for us. And we have to learn to remain firm in our practice, firm in our remembrance of Allah, and not allow the life of this world to divert us or to distract us. If a person is indulging in sin, that person is not remembering Allah. But if a person is indulging in sin and remembers Allah, what happens? He will stop doing the sin. So again, that's another example as to how we're always caught in that struggle between your personal jinn and that angel. You can be in a situation where you're sitting there doing something wrong, and that angel can inspire you to remember this is wrong, and you say, wait a minute, stop, and you get up and leave. Or you can be so caught up in that sin that you don't even think about Allah. You just continue on. So again, that's what that chapter of the Quran is speaking about. Don't allow the life of this world to cause you to set up rivalry with Allah. And again, that rivalry can be your money, your power, your children, your knowledge. A lot of people seek knowledge for the wrong reasons, because they want to be famous. They want to have the footlights on them. Okay? So we have to beware of these things. Everything here is a test. Our children, our jobs, your emotions. Whatever you like, Allah is going to test you to see if you like it more than Him. So understand this. And if you understand this, this will help you to overcome many of the challenges that this world is filled with. Also, mutual rivalry can also happen when it comes to doing good deeds. But this is a good thing. Say, for example, you want to compete with another Muslim to try to learn and understand the Quran. This is something good. Or you want to compete to see if you can feed more poor people than the next person. This is a good deed. Remember, Allah tells us in the Quran, in the interpretation, the meaning, be quick in the race for forgiveness from your Lord and the garden whose width is that of the heavens and the earth. This type of rivalry, this competitive rivalry, to try to be the best in the sight of Allah, this is encouraged. As a believer, as a Muslim, you should want to be the best in the sight of Allah, but not best where you possess things in this world and those things become equal to Allah, or they become a competition with Allah. So thus, guys, another great key to living Islam is to understand the meaning of this surah of the Quran. Again, the mutual rivalry for piling up of the worldly things that can divert you from Allah. Don't allow the life of this world to divert us, guys. We love our children. We love our husbands. We like our jobs. We like our homes. We like the things we have. But don't make those things equal to Allah. Don't allow those things to cause you to lose out on fulfilling your obligations with Allah. Again, you were created to worship him. And we were put here on this earth to prove to him every day that he comes before everything else, including our children, our husbands, our jobs. So this is something I want you guys to ponder. We're not telling you that you can't be happy in this world as a Muslim. We're not telling you that you can't enjoy the beautiful things in this life. Enjoy them. But understand that Allah comes first. Don't allow these things to take you away from remembering him. Perform your prayers within their time frame. Fulfill your obligations of hijab. Fulfill your obligations of providing and maintaining your family. Fulfill your obligations of taking care of your neighbors and helping them. Don't get too caught up with the good things here that you become remiss with Allah. On that note, we'll stop right here for today. Tomorrow we're going to continue. I'm going to give you a quiz to see if you understand what it means to pile up worldly things. I'm going to give you a quiz to see if you understand what it means to not allow the life of this world to divert you or take you away from remembering Allah. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika.